Well, good morning. It's Thursday, September the 6th, 2018, and today I'm flying out to Washington, D.C. to meet with a couple of potential clients as well as to celebrate my 40th high school reunion. And this is the point in the video where you are supposed to make comments saying that there's no possible way that I have been out of high school for 40 years, but it is in fact true. More importantly today, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of the work I do and a conversation I had yesterday with someone that was really encouraging to me, and it inspired me to continue to do more of the kind of work I'm doing, coaching leaders and coaching people about their lives and how they want to work to accomplish more, to be more productive and to live more harmonious lives, if you will. It's not all woo-woo kind of stuff, to use a colloquial term. We use a tool called the Work of Leaders, which is a behavioral profile that's been tested and psychometrically validated for many years about the leadership process. And that process really is threefold. It's vision, that is establishing what it is you want to do. And on the end is execution, meaning doing the things that will lead to the fulfillment of the vision. But the last thing is the centerpiece, if you will, of the whole effort to accomplish things. And in that process, we have to align our vision with our execution. And I find a lot of times in organizations and in personal interactions with people that there is, rather than being a straight line, and it's often hard to get it to be perfectly straight because we have to rely on other people and we have resources that aren't always available to us that we need. They're scarce. But there's an arc to that line. It kind of arcs over and it makes it longer rather than straight across. And that's my best effort at straight. And so by doing this behavioral profiling work with people, we can help them understand the behaviors that are the most important and the most efficient at any point during the process. And let's just use openness as one of the measures that we discuss and that we actually measure within people. If you're open, that's a great thing. You listen to new ideas, you think about what you want to accomplish, you hear different and varied opinions, you do your research. That's really critical in the vision process of leadership. And whether it's a small group, a team, or a company as a whole, or perhaps even a church, a synagogue, or any civic organization. But if you're open through the alignment and the execution phase, particularly the execution phase, you can find yourself not getting to doing what needs to be done and doing it in the most efficient manner. So we can take basically 8 different behavioral continua that we measure, and we can help people understand which is the most important at what point in the process, and identify where they're strong and also where they perhaps need some help as they build teams around themselves in this process of leading. And we all know that execution requires a lot of different people to be involved in accomplishing what we want to do. Whether it's our families, whether it's our church, no, it doesn't matter where, we have other people that we're involved in. And we just talk about communication processes and the messaging of how those things can be accomplished. You know, I'm always surprised by the fact that many organizations talk about how bad communication is in their company or in their group. And communication is a pretty simple thing in this regard. Mostly what we have to figure out is who do we need to talk to, about what, and how often. If we can do those things, we can find ourselves in the execution phase being much more effective. But we make communication difficult, we make it a challenge, we write long papers and long strategies, which are also useful. But in terms of the real world, day in, day out execution of processes to lead to a vision, it's fairly simple. So we measure those things. We can come back later on in an organization, in a team, and measure them as a group and see what progress has been made in regard to those behaviors, and do a number of other things that I think help our clients get a measurable ROI. And so really that's all my comments this morning. I want to be brief. I've got to go pack. I've managed to get my dog to the vet and to spend a few days in what they call a lake house. I call it the spa. And I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'll give you a report maybe next week on a few other things. We'll talk about our coaching process. We'll talk about our leadership development work, and we may even talk a little bit about some of our sales training work that we do both with individuals and with organizations. So I hope you have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon. It'll be interesting to see if there's a lot of disco music playing. The Bee Gees were big when I was in high school, so I've got that going for me. Have a great day. I'm Jim Owens, and if you want to find out more about Performance Strategies Group, visit us at www.performancestrategiesgrouponline.com, or you can find us on Facebook, and we're on LinkedIn now. There's nothing much out there, but it's actually out there as Performance Strategies Group. So we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.